Wow. Lacoste. Whew. Wow. Penta, game 1, coming back from what looked like absolute annihilation. OG somehow managed to lose that. Penta somehow managed to win that with the Abaddon getting a super late Radiance. But the team fights they took were pretty spectacular, defending high ground, fighting around Roshan and the Rapier Gyro as well.
Yeah, I don't like to use the word throw, but this was a throw. It's just a little tiny itsy bitsy. Not too much to say about it. Penta had big enough balls to pick up that Divine Rapier on Gyro, which actually paid off. I did not see the double damage being picked up there. I've read that it was a double damage Gyro, so that could be the reason as well.
Oh, around Roshan.
Yeah, but the double damage just gives you the double of your damage, of course, but of your normal damage, not from the Rapier. You don't get it.
OG's turn to pick.
Oh, it feels good to have my FPS back again.
You know what feels good? If you're OG, to have Naga Siren.
What does Naga do for you here? Why have they picked Naga? Because this is a hero that used to be super popular. 1 roll, 2 roll, 4 roll, running around doing all sorts of stuff. We saw even KP playing like a 3 roll Naga and then nothing. No Naga at all for like a year, maybe more.
They might still play it as 4 if they feel like it. It's not. It still could be if they pick enough counters for Naga. They might go for it. That's how it usually works. The reason why Naga is not picked, all of the illusion heroes have been nerfed. The damage output, how much damage they receive, the gold, pretty much everything was nerfed.
Clockwork DP. DP again for OG. Seems like they do like that objective taking capability from No-Tail, which has pretty much been his role through OG for quite some time, right? He's that 1 roll that switches to a 3 roll and then he goes and takes buildings very early on, a lot of the time. Hero dependent, of course, but the majority of drafts focus around that from OG, while Penta, they just seem to have a game of their own that they're playing. Bane, Brew, Kunkka, PL, Nightmare Torrent combos. They got the Boogie Brew again for that off lane to control heroes like DP. And against Illusion heroes, Brew is super good as well because of the Mass Dispel, right? Being able to nuke down Illus.
Yeah, that's true. I just want to see what the OG is going to do. They lost game number 1. They've been known for pulling the Naga Siren off whenever they need to win. So they might Penta might pick something to deal with those illusions if it's carry Naga. Some Mjolnir carrier as well.
Something with cleave.
Yeah, maybe Jug. Jug fits the role if they want to run it.
Well, there's a Sven ban. So what we're looking at laning-wise, mid-hero remaining for Penta, and OG still uncertain. Like you said, the Naga could be 4 with a 3 clock. Could have DP mid, but they also ran it safe
Phantom
lane.
Lancer mid as well, so anything is
true.
open for them.
5 seconds remaining.
Yet to see.
Very, very true. I've got about 2 minutes of reserve time, so plenty for them to decide what they want.
Clockwork is really good pick here against Kunkka and Bane. None of them have any escape mechanisms.
Turn to pick.
A lifestealer there.
So, well,
Even against the Naga and Snare. He does have the Brew to carry him, the PL as well running around. But he does well against Clockwork, right? He's a core hero along with a PL that just doesn't die to a Clock Hook, Cogs, Battery Assault combo.
yeah, does not care about the Radiance Miss while in Rage.
Could buy a Maelstrom.
Yeah, can buy Maelstrom, Mjolnir. What do they need? They might... we'll just win.
The Reza
So
way
yeah,
in.
it is actually 4 Siren and offlane Clockwork.
Yep. And No-Tail will be the mid DP.
They try to bait it. That's when you're so versatile, you can do that kind of stuff because you know the enemy team loves Naga. the reason why they picked Naga could be just to cancel the fight while Brewmaster is using Split. It's so annoying to play against the position 4 Naga. Also, the Rum effect as well. You have one hero who cancels the whole fight, then you go in. But it's kind of a double-edged sword if DP ulti is up and you don't want to waste that time.
Yeah, the duration of that
Yeah.
DP ulti. Yeah, that's right. I didn't even really consider that. But the reset of Naga there, Fiend's Grip cancellation, Brewmaster ulti, Lifestealer focus. I mean, sure, Lifestealer came after the Naga, but this is something you can do now. Is when Lifestealer pops Rage, you sing. And then all of a sudden, Ensnare on the Lifestealer, he's the only hero that's around to fight. We'll see what they have in planned over here, though. As OG against Penta, game 2 of this best of 3. Penta 1 game up after an amazing game 1, but you mentioned OG falling back on Naga Siren in series to kind of propel them forward and win that game, get the momentum going. Anti-Mage for Resolution is another one, right? His AM performances over the past, I want to say, 2 or 3 months have been nothing short of fucking amazing. Like, honestly, this guy is ridiculously good. Solo winning games, 1,000 GPM at like 25 minutes. He does some ridiculous stuff on this hero.
Well, maybe not this time against Panda with the Drunken Haze, even though Drunken Haze was nerfed. The cooldown is... let me just check real quickly.
It's like 14 level 1 or something. No, it's 11 level 1.
Yeah, 3 seconds more.
Yeah.
On level 1, which is pretty annoying.
I added 3 to 11 instead of adding 3 to 8.
Yeah, quick math. 3 minus 2 is 1, plus 4 is 5.
Damn, you really are speedy at that, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, you can just be quick at math, but wrong. Like, what's 6 times 47? 346. No, it's not, but I'm still quick.
See, that's the thing. As long as you sound confident,
Yeah.
pull anything off, it's fine. So Orb of Venom on the Naga Siren with a smoke that they'll pop a little bit later here past the tier 2, just before they reach top tier 1. S4 Clock with Stout. Magic Wand here, built up for No Tail.
Yeah, he went for the same build in the previous game. But the region you get from it, 1.5 region. Just the extra with your normal region. She's sitting at 4 per second. That's pretty huge, even without eating a tango for 1 minute. That's 240. That's quick math as well.
Like even AM's building a magic wand here. Everyone's doing
magic
it.
Wand
It's
because it's so good.
OG not gonna find the breakdancing Lifestealer as he finds a little hidey hole in the trees. S4 still waiting around with Fly not too far away either. But Penta are going for a play of their own down on bottom bounty rune here. I don't know if Resolution is all alone. I don't think he's gonna. Oh, he's gonna blink up to steal this one maybe. If he sees the Brew, Bane, and Kunkka coming, ooh, dangerous game they're playing. And double bounty rune here, east and west split. As S4 will go back and get a double for himself. The offlaner's getting all the bounty runes, Lacoste. Look at this.
Oh, that Panda is super farmed right now. He's just 150 gold away from boots.
Huh? Double bounties, glorious.
Double Orb of Venom. Trying to juke the Torrent.
Oh, baiting. DNC taking a lot of damage though.
I'll tell you how to play against the Kunkka. When he's juking the Torrent, you just click one way and just keep an eye on Kunkka when he uses the mana. That's it. You don't watch for the animation.
Thank you.
No problem, Gary.
I'll use that tonight. If we play against it. No one picks Kunkka in my post though. No one does it. No one's good enough. So AM pressured.
Miss. First miss. This is so annoying. When you're playing against Brew, he denies so much. Bane, one of the best lane harassers. I don't know. I already said 1,600 times how I hate Bane, even with the recent nerfs. He's still being picked.
It is very irritating for sure. No tail mid, forced Clarity and Salve up here. DNZ just launching some torrents out.
Miss.
Go on. Go on, AM. Get in there, my dude. Get some damage dealt. So irritating. How are these other lanes going, though? Shadow Shaman clock up against Lifestealer, as Oliver is still doing very well up at top in a solo lane. DNZ looks like he's going to try and swing top to maybe get rid of some of this pressure. Of course, S4 has dragged this wave all the way back closer to his tier 1, opening up bounty runes and backstabs. Potentially here onto the Lifestealer. Battle of bounty runes there. Looks like the Radiant coming out on top just a touch. Still missing out on one, but that'll be for Jirax.
It's the X mark, but nothing happens. Oh, S4 is getting a lot of XP and gold on top. His 7 and 8 CS with Quelling Blade has enough to buy boots and one more item even.
Mana burning back, Lifestealer. Good stuff. Right, they can just leave the Clockwork up here now, right? Doesn't need any help. That means they can send Shadow Shaman back down towards bottom lane. Give Resolution an easier laning phase. 7-0 on the anti-mage. You know, not bad by any means, but he'd definitely like to ramp up a little bit faster. And here we go, start things off. Ensnare after the blink from anti-mage running forward. The misses coming through, though, with the help of that Drunken Haze. Brewmaster might just have bought enough time here to save the Bane, because Shackles weren't coming. Nightmare was there.
Yeah,
Penta retreat.
This wheelchair hero, 285, can't really move. Can't get close to heroes. It's 4,000 gold 3 minutes in. Once again, he's he's the first on the network chart. Oh, this might be a kill. No open wounds though.
He's got one chart. Oh yeah, just not leveled up. I thought maybe he was just missing the mana, but doesn't even have it. 2 points in rage. S4 Salve, Clarity, bottom lane, Brew being burnt through here with the mana burn of AM, the body blocks. Can they get in range for the ensnare? Not quite there. Brew will get behind his tier 1 for safety. Jirax still wants to poke and prod a little bit potentially. Not really finding the avenue of attack. Brew is very aggressively moving forward for these last hits, but it's 4 minutes in. Mid, what's happening? There's the jump in DP. Nightmare, and they've got the Torrent to follow. Shackles won't be able to really save the DP here, but the Spirit Siphon might until that Lance arrives. Phantom Lancer clears up the Death Prophet. And the 2 support rotators. Nightmare Torrent, so damn good comboing up together.
But to get first blood, it's Vincent Law, the Arc from Spartak. As we saw, the way Spirit Siphon works, you can use a Doppelganger, but it still continues to suck you dry if you're in the range.
Not quite enough damage.
Get out. X marks.
The Shackles, the time. AM blinks away. They kill off DNZ, looking for the Bane now as well. Right clicks from Shadow Shaman, significant here with one more punch from Jirax. He's salving up as well, gets a double kill. Brew is trying to get something out of this fight, but he can't even kill the Shadow Shaman. Another ensnare arrives. The anti-mage has retreated all the way back to the shrine. He popped it just for himself. The 2 supports gonna have to heal up elsewhere, but now the X-Torrent onto Jirax. This is a decent kill to grab, and they will secure it. The Kunkka returns to the bottom lane, and Brewmaster given a nice little kill.
Yeah, Kunkka is one of the better heroes against anti-mage, but the magic wand build saved him there. Plus all the regen he gets from it. Look at the Clockwork. He has Helm of Iron Will. He's going for
Veil.
What it seems to be the Whale. I've tested yesterday. We played a game where you get the meme hammer on Clockwork. Can also work. It's really good.
Yeah, battery assault with a meme hammer. Trap them in the cogs, kill them off. Oh, hello, Jirax. The supports, the roaming duo. It's been a while since I've seen such active rotations from 2 supports, but they don't Nightmare Torrent. They'll try with the blind one, but the speedy Naga, 360 movement speed, gonna go and grab double bounty runes and
collect the runes
and walk away. I mean, RMN is trying. Oh, the Jukes in the trees. Gets caught though. This should be the end of Jirax. Punch to death with a brain sap as well, easy peasy, but middle lane. DP trying to go in onto the Phantom Lancer, but he'll just TP away, no stuns available, and no tail Oh, he does. He chooses the right direction to go. Northwest instead of southwest, where potentially he could have been caught by a stray Torrent or X-Mark. Not going to land that one, DNZ. Nice attempt. A little bit of damage in onto the tier 1 mid as well from the Catapult and the Exorcism.
Clockwork has 27 denies. What the hell? What?
I'd say like a third of them are cogs at least, right? So at least 10 of them I feel are cogs, but that's still a hell of a lot for a Clockwork to have like 20 denies in a lane.
Yeah, that's
against
the
phase boots
XP,
quelling.
that's like killing 5 enemy creeps if it's 20. They manage to kill. Panda uses a split. They will get maybe 2 kills out of this. Torrent connects as well.
Jirax, nowhere to run. They even get the Cyclone on fly. Is this going to be 3 for nothing here? X-Mark is there, and it looks like it will be a killing spree and a double for Brew. So it all started off with AM getting picked off, and the 2 supports who were there trying to save him end up being collateral damage as well.
Yeah, Clockwork is level 7. He needs to move out of the lane. They need to swap it out, maybe put Anti-Mage on top, or just move Clockwork, get some kills on the bottom. Panda does not have a split. None of the supports have any escape mechanism. So that's the problem with Clockwork, who's playing an off lane. Once you hit level 6 and you go for a lane, you're not showing on a lane, they know you're gonna gank somewhere.
So he's just going to sit there and farm.
Yeah,
why not?
He's just gonna sit there and farm. He has 2 waves.
Oh, DD Rune, Oliver. Thank you very much. I'll take this. The Shackles will trap the Lifestealer here, and the Spirit Siphon will start things off, but level 2 Rage will buy a little bit of time for Oliver to walk away. The damage being dealt into the Jirax Naga, but she's tanky here. The turnaround, the smoke. I don't know what was happening there. Dodging projectiles for the PL potentially, but they'll infest inside the Bane and get behind the tree.
But the rocket comes, scouts him out. Why did they remove the GG3?
That was part of the compendium, right? Because they got rid of the chat wheel and the GG tree and
compendium.
The question mark denies as
Oh,
well.
he dies on the bottom lane. What up?
Dead
Panda
again.
with the last crit. I mean, he has a phase boost. The amount of the right-click damage Panda does right now is just...
It's insane.
Yeah, it is insane.
But DNZ this time having a much better earlier game, right? His movements with RMN have been spot on. He's been killing the AM, and he has this X-Torrent to deal with the Anti-Mage, throughout the game. AM needs to get his Battle Fury, his Manta Style, and then start thinking about, BKB Lincoln's Aghanims, one of those 3 defensive tools. But until then, Kunkka's going to have a really good time.
Yeah, Veil is completed on Clockwork. I don't know, they don't have any magical damage on the side. They have, Ether Shock, that's really not reliable damage besides Battery Assault. I'm telling you, man, Meme Hammer would have been a better choice.
Well, what if this is the build-up, though? What if it's Veil into Meme Hammer?
Imagine that Prophet ulti plus using a Meme Hammer on a tower,
Oh,
hook shot
the
connects.
hook shot across into DNZ. He'll torrent inside the cogs. They've saved a PL though as Shackles arrive onto Brew. His ulti's ready and he'll get it off as well. So OG, they walk away with 1 kill on a support as they get the ensnare onto the Earth Panda. But Flower Boy, no tail, Cyclone into the air, and it looks like this might be his end. They'll throw the boulder in from the Brew. S4, he can't even do anything here. He'll try and cog block someone, but who is it going to be? He gets 2 inside. It looks like they're the Brew, but the PL jumps across. Away with a doppelganger before the cogs arrive, and now the turnaround. S4's getting in there with the damage. Max Battery Assault and level 3 Rocket. This is a lot of magic going in the way of Bane and Phantom Lancer, but the illusions kill off the Rasta in the back, giving a double over to Vincent Law.
I'm just thinking, Gary, maybe the reason why he wanted to go for Veil is before it worked to use Veil against the Phantom Lancer, and the one actually shows, the real one shows. Not anymore, though. Maybe he's not aware of the change.
Yeah, it's one of those things that gets stuck in your head. You think it works, you forget.
It was stuck in my head. Someone corrected me because I said it worked that way. I didn't know.
Yeah, same.
We all learned, though.
Because it's one of those things where, it gets changed a little bit, or maybe it wasn't even in a patch log or something, it just gets changed. Somehow it happens. Bottom lane, Brew with no ulti now, but they've got Boat on Kunkka, killing off these heroes down here who are both very tanky and naturally evasive. Very, very difficult proposition as the Dire Sentry sees Jirax X torrent from DNZ and yet another kill going the way of Penta. 4-10.
They want to give Panda all the gold so he gets close to his mobility item. He has 4 staff queued up, which is a good choice against Clockwork because you can't use split if he hook shots you and you're the only one trapped in the cogs.
Bane is the only one trapped in the cogs right now, but he gets pushed away, found a little avenue of escape, and Aramen survives through the Veil and the magic damage of S4. And that is a hook shot, expended for no gain. Can they cancel? Yeah, the shackles they will. So at the very, very least, they'll kill off the Kunkka. This is all buying time, of course, for this man up here, Resolution, farming top lane, Battle Fury in his sights.
All right, Gary, without looking... Okay, you just looked. I was about to ask you, do you know what Oliver has queued up?
His favorite item on every hero.
It's Radiance.
Every hero. What was it he was playing at the... It was the Centaur, right? They played that Centaur strat with the Shadow Demon, and he wanted to buy Radiance. We even asked him after the game, but he had to swap it up. He loves the item, absolutely loves it. I mean, I've seen Radiance Lifestealer a couple... Oh, look at this DD rune! Brewmaster just slapping him around.
Looks so cool.
Oh, look on the weapon. Little blue electricity flowing everywhere.
2 seconds for a hook.
He's gonna go in for it as well. Brewmaster dead. He's got 14 one charges. Pops it. Can't split though because the battery assault tries instead to slow with a clap. But S4 on a killing spree does get his money's worth there with a jump onto Brew. But yeah, we've seen Radiance Lifestealer before. You know, Miracle has done it. We've seen a couple of other European players kind of go for the Solar Crest Radiance. I know Penta, Oliver has definitely gone that way. But usually that's against an Ancient Apparition, where you need something, or you'd like something that's not an armlet, as we see a grip onto DP. Oliver should be able to grab this kill. 15 one charges, not even wasted there by No-Tail, as he knew he was completely dead.
This is one of the games where Bane actually shines. It's 10 to 15% of the games where Bane is actually useful. He's 1, 1, and 9. You talked about the Radiance. It can work. Maybe the reason is you infest the Ancients, so Naga can't sleep you. Maybe, I don't know, so you burn them down with the Radiance. I mean, it excels your farm. I wonder what he's gonna go as next item.
So, just a little update here. There is no grand final for EU. Both semi-finalists go through to the event. They will qualify. So the winner of this series goes to Genting.
You just received the message?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were asking what's the last slot, because one slot was missing.
Yeah, it looks like it's another EU team. So Penta here, potentially one game away from qualifying for the ESL One Genting Minor as top lane. Again, they're going to battle away the rage from Oliver, trying to get on top of the anti-mage, but a quick blink and TP. The bow not really going to be there in time, but good attempt from DNZ. OG getting ready to fight. They're coming in with DP. Slow TP, but Exorcism is ready. Brewmaster has split, but the hook shot with the Veil, the chain stun with the Hex and the Shackles. He did just by blink, but the Nightmare save. Oh, ho, ho. Nice attempt, but the battery assault clears him up now. They chase forward. RMN dead to rights as the Riptide clears him up. The rest of Penta bailing, tail between legs, as the Lifestealer waddles on back to the jungle.
Does NA have 2 slots or 1 slot? 1 slot only?
I believe it's 1 slot for all the other regions, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty weird. I mean, the strongest region in the world gets 1 slot.
Yeah, you can't see this, but he just turned and stared at me. He's trying to get a reaction out of it. I mean, who's in the NA qualifier? Surely Complexity just wins.
Immortals, and...
oh, there's Immortals, of course, yeah.
I'm not sure if there's any other good teams.
There was VGJ Storm was
Storm,
there as well, yeah, you're right. But we'd expect Complexity.
Jack will hate me. When I was counting the good NA teams, I already twice forgot. This is the 3rd time. I love you, Jack. Back to you.
Just ping-ponging back and forth. Whoever gets the last word in. So OG trying to make strides here and come back into this game. PL Lifestealer, though, at the top of the net worth, with Clockwork being the highest on the Radiant side. But Resolution has his first item. Battle Fury is here. 16.5 minutes, not the worst timing. Of course, no treads or anything like that to go along with it. As mid lane, hang on, what's going on over here? Brew has split and Clockwork is trapped. The X-Mark will drag him back. S4 in a lot of trouble with the Serpent Ward's thrown, though. Brewmaster being right-clicked down through that Earth Spirit, and Clockwork about to die, but he's so bloody tanky. Finally, the Brain Sap with the pure damage goes through all of his resistances. And they'll clear up the Serpent Wards as well for good measure. And like, this is the trouble, I feel. Clockwork is your offlaner, he's your initiator, but he's your most farmed hero, and if he goes in and dies, that's a lot of gold going the way of Penta.
How much gold did he get? Well, 300 gold. But still, Anti-Mage need so much space. DP ultis were not that effective. They managed to take down only 2 towers. Oh, it's a pretty slow lineup. OG
thinks they've caught the Lifestealer, but it's in fact the Lifestealer's caught them, baiting back and forth with a grip onto DP. It's oh so easy for Penta. The sleep will come out, but it's a little too late. OG will have to retreat. No way they can fight into this with a Blink on Brew available. If they showed their faces, I'd have them ripped straight off. Well, what does OG do here? Is it just a case of buying space and time for this AM?
Yeah, that's exactly what they need. They can't fight. You have Naga Siren and you have Anti-Mage who does not contribute at all. So you just need to try to split push, evade fights. The Roche will open up for Penta.
It will indeed, and now you've got Radiance, Lifestealer, you've got PL, Diffusal Blade, and a Yasha.
Maybe we should pause the game so I can call my boy DNZ and tell him that he should play serious, because they're gonna qualify if they win just this one game.
Knuckle down. Make sure that you get this done. I mean, I can mute you and you can just call him anyway, right?
I don't think he's gonna answer, but still.
Just in the middle of a game?
Yeah.
Call him on Steam. People never expect that, the Steam voice call.
Everyone's offline when they're playing an official match.
Very true. So Bane found here by Jirax. Get taken down potentially by the AM, but Phantom Lancer arrives. The hook shot onto Bane will secure that one kill. Now Vincent Law being plinked away out with a battery assault, but the boat torrent into the X. Who's it got? Just the Clockwork. They lose the Phantom Lancer. The reactions here not coming fast enough from Penta. Lifestealer has a TP, but doesn't come down towards bottom, so losing 2 in quick succession there and getting AM involved in a fight.
Yeah, AM just got 500 gold, so he's good to go. Yasha completed. It's gonna be like 23-4 minute Manta style. It's always the thing about when you play against Anti-Mage, you always feel like you're in a rush to gank him, otherwise he's gonna get super farmed. You can't afford too many mistakes when you play against AM.
He comes out of nowhere with these big items. He's already got a Yasha. 16.5 minute Battle Fury. Yasha's up now. Not the speediest of progressions, but he's moving up this board. Now second place after being middle table. Closing in on the Lifestealer's level of net worth. As, yeah, it's there. Medallion with the Radiance into S&Y. This is Oliver's signature Lifestealer build, it feels like, at this point. Very, very good up against this Anti-Mage as well. Being able to have that mischance and the potential evasion from a full Solar Crest to deal with the AM's right clicks. Jirax in behind enemy lines here. I think RMN might consider this to be a potential illusion because it is in so deep. Baiting around, in jumps the Brew, pushed back by Cogs, but the hook shot will buy a bit of space here as S4 loses his Rasta. Now the Force Staff away. Exorcism not really doing a lot, and the grip from RMN. Now the Cyclone up, dispelled away. Flower Boy falling dead to the PL. S4 chasing forward. Do they have another blink from Brew? There's a Cogs there to keep them away, but Brew still in the Primal Split, not able to catch the Song, the Rage. The Lifestealer gets the Naga. And OG dropping like flies as the Serpent Wards will get cleared up easily. In the meantime,
Anti-Mage getting top tower to 2400 gold on him. They did such a good job controlling the Naga Siren with the Panda. First the Cyclone, then the Bane Nightmare. He couldn't do anything. You have these two squishy supports on the side of OG. Rasta, if they jump him, he's pretty much dead. So he's forced to drop the wards, and you have Naga Siren, who does not contribute that much at all.
And you can even see now the DP going for Solar Crest against that PL. Very, very irritated the way that Ark is able to just jump on top of the Death Prophet and slay her when she's chain stunned down. So looking at this map so far, you know, you've got a lot of space here for OG. They've taken down a bunch of towers. Things don't look completely out of the question as Antimate is now top of the net worth. But the Death Prophet, middle of the table, looks very, very poor, but really she's a walking ultimate at this point, it feels like. The objective taker, No Tail. Try and cause some chaos in his team fights.
Yeah, Aghanim is queued up for Anti-Mage, so he blocks a spell and throws it. Let's say...
Fiend's Grip.
Fiend's Grip, that's pretty good. Sleep, Nightmare is pretty garbage because Bane can wake himself up.
I don't know, I think Fiend's Grip is pretty bad. I mean, it's not bad, but like, if you return the grip, you're stood still, right? So you just have to cancel it anyway.
You're not gonna stand still, I'm not sure though.
But it's like Spirit Breaker charge, right? If Spirit Breaker charges you, you start charging Spirit Break.
Yes.
You get the animation.
Yes.
So with grip, you would be casting the grip back onto the Bane.
So you're gonna be standing Anti-Mage 5 seconds trying to cast a grip on a Bane. That sounds ridiculous. I mean X-Mark as well on Kunkka.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Radiant are scanning.
That's
I don't know.
All the silence.
A lot of things that you need to test. So many options.
Is Oliver surviving 1v4? He has Infest. He legit has Infest. Oh, he's hexed up. He doesn't get into a creep. In comes the Brew. The Torrent lands. The boat flying in as well. They've got the AM caught with a stun, but they go the X. It brings him back. Do they have the damage? Do they have the damage? It looks like Resolution's going to be just fine to get away from this, but the Shadow Shaman and DP left stranded here. The hook shot maybe gets them a little bit of space, but S4, Cyclone now with a Torrent and a Dispel. They don't land the chain stun there as Brew pops back into his normal form, but they have the Nightmare. Force Staff down to the low ground. S4 trying to weasel his way out of the grasps of Penta Sports.
No mana on Phantom Lancer.
Good TP. Do they have a
X-Mark.
start? They do.
Still, Anti-Mage did not die there. Continues to farm. Manta style completed.
Dire's middle tower
1600 gold on him.
RMN hiding in the trees. He knows that Resolution's going to be farming somewhere around here, collecting bounty runes and pushing bot lane because there is such a nice juicy wave down there. And Rezo, the rune harvester. Found by RMN, Manta style immediately. Nightmare onto one of the illusions as Lifestealer does arrive. The Mana Void clears up the Bane, but they've got the X into Torrent Boat and Resolution baited. RMN mind gaming Resolution at this point as whoa, mid lane Naga Siren killed off by the PL as well.
Yeah, PL with the Power Threads build. I talked to a lot of players. I love to ask the questions to know when, why, stuff like that. Why do they decide to go for items, let's say Phantom Lancers? Why do they go for Power Threads? I love to play Phantom Lancer with Power Threads instead because it excels your farm so much. I don't think BOTs contribute that much in team fighting, and let's see if he's gonna die. No mana for Force Staff. He didn't time it right. Magic 1 plus Force Staff.
Yeah.
He had time, but he was not in a good position. He needs
close.
to go for BOTs right now because of the split push that Anti-Mage provides.
He does get it though. As bottom lane. Shove in onto tier 3, blink in forward, Infest out as Oliver looks for the DP. Cyclone into the air, the song resets, but that boat did land in onto those two heroes at the back. Now the rage from Oliver gets them a little bit further forward, but the tier 3 is going to start falling here as top lane it looks like RMN is on defense duty. Hold back the Shadow Shaman from dealing with that tier 3 up at top.
He has a grip.
He's nightmared up. Tier 3 bottom falls. AM, oh, he's nearly dead. X back into the arms of the Lifestealer. A few more hits. Will be able to do it, but he blinks away just in time. The Lance, not enough damage through that mana shield he has. And now, no tail. Spirit Siphon in onto 2. The hook shot catches on the Phantom Lancer, Phantom Rush, and Doppelganger over towards the side. Vincent Law ensnared the urn, keeping him up and running, but the negative urn also damaging him back. Now X mark on Naga, but Penta so tanky. Finally, Brew falls. But they lost a Tier 3 for everything that was thrown in there, and so many ultis expended by OG for so little gain.
It's still good for Anti-Mage. When you have Anti-Mage in team, you can afford to lose a Tier 3 tower. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Bane managed to kill the Shadow Shaman. I was watching more that fight for whatever reason.
I wonder why.
Watching your fight on your screen as well.
Roshan now for OG.
Double damage. Oh, maybe that's the
Karma.
karma from the previous game with that double damage on Gyro.
He's going to try and use this to shove out waves as well. Get that full utilization from the DD. Blink forward aggressively and now enfeebled by the Bane. Up to level 2, they jump forward. Oliver trying to bring down Jerax. No song available, but the hookshot holds the Lifestealer in. They finally do bring down the Naga, the boat. Torrent, where's the boat? It's on cooldown, never mind, just the Torrent comes. But they've already killed off that Nyx of Oliver. Very aggressive move from Penta there, and they're going to lose a Tier 2 for it.
Seems like Penta is the one who's throwing the game here. I mean, Anti-Mage is playing really well. Gotta give him a credit.
Rezo AM. His Aghanims is done now. I assume coming out on the courier. Resolution ready to fight potentially. As no tail. Yules, Ghost, Solar. Nothing purges off Yules until we see, you know, a nullifier or something like that on the Lifestealer potentially.
What does Lifestealer have? Level 20? Maybe with level 25 plus 2 second rage duration. They can siege base more easily if it comes to that.
Rezo clears some stacks, but they found the Bane over towards bottom rune spot. RMN walks back into them to try and get his team out of dodge. DNZ might still be found here though. Walks into an illusion, gets away from the ensnare, but the song is there. Jirax will catch here. I think Penta thinking about fighting. They are moving forward. Phantom Lancer throws the lance in. The Brew jumps, claps, and splits. And now, No Tail has a Yules, but he is down to half HP. He's gone invis. He's popped a rune. They can't see him. They've got no reveal. They don't know what's going on. Penta, they're being ripped apart. Down goes the PL, potentially to the S4 clock. And now a Yules. Rage is ready, though. Oliver does have a way of escaping, but not through the hook shot of S4. OG come out swinging, and they take down 4.
Yeah, it seems like this is exactly what they needed to do. Good offensive song by Naga. DP ulti, hard to fight into that. Every time they want to fight is when they killed Kanka before he used the boat.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Is this just a Tier 3? Is this a Rax?
Nyx has no buyback and Panda has one. They still have Anti-Mage with Aegis, so they're gonna continue.
This Tier 3 is dead. Brew no ulti, of course, as Bane just trying to spam Enfeeble, throw torrents here and there. This melee Rax is dropping 2/3 HP. Anti-Mage. Aghanims popped over onto the X. DNZ jumps back to the spot, but melee Rax is gone, and OG capitalize on an amazing pick-off into teamfight bottom lane. But here we go. No, never mind. It's an AM with Aegis. That's never happening.
Thank you.
Thank
you, says DNZ. Don't know what he's thanking.
Anti-Mage is getting close to level 25. I wonder what he's gonna pick. Not sure he's afraid of the magical damage anymore. 50 seconds mana void cooldown against PL is so good. The AoE, just clear all the illusions. Also, they have big mana pools on side of Bane, 1.2k mana pool. Nyx also has 700, not bad. Kanka as well.
PL with 1,000, yeah. All of these stat items start to add up. Another double damage
DV.
rune.
All right, that's karma number 2.
Oh boy. AM bounces the Lance in onto the PL. He's going to get illusions, or an illusion from the Lance, and it looks like the AM is going to be perfectly fine, just jumping around in and out. Guerrilla warfare in this dire base, but OG have a stranglehold right now over this top right corner of the map. DP pops the ulti, and No-Tail, who looked like he was getting close to useless level in this game, a walking ultimate, waiting for his cooldown every time, has now become a tanky, strong, incredibly difficult to deal with hero with Ghost, Solar, and Yules. Even building into a Hex at this point, but here we go. Penta, they need to start a fight. The Song cancelled out. They've got the Cyclone there, so Jira cannot reset. They'll move on forward with their Hexed up PL in the back end, the Shackle and the hook shot. They've killed off Arc. 70 seconds with buyback available. Might be forced to use it here. Aegis has been reclaimed. That's what they were trying to fight around, is that Aegis reclamation point. Cogs and the Song. Oliver trying to focus down the Naga Siren, but he's being taken down by the AM. Now Rage is gone, and Oliver has to waddle back up to the high ground. OG happy with the racks they've taken, and the buyback they forced will start to back away. But Penta not done. They want in. There's the Torrent we've been waiting for. The boat will land in as well. The AM might be in trouble because Resolution's been hit by everything. OG did not extract every hero safely enough, and they lose 2 for it.
93 seconds, he's level 25. They can take tier 2 tower on a mid. Maybe that, oh, actually it's pretty low. Maybe they can force a buyback, but they have mega creeps on mid, so it's gonna be harder. This Phantom Lancer had the buyback,
Bottom
so
lane.
he's
They're going to
not
use this
farmed enough.
buyback to kill off DP. The Ghost Scepter's there, and the Yules as well. No-Tail dead for 75, but has
a
buyback.
buyback. Oh, that's an anti-mage without a buyback, though.
Oh, S4's dead as well. He doesn't have buyback. Penta! Look,
They don't know that. Do they know
what's
that?
happening. They're going T4s. They're going T4s. They're going T4s. What? They're going T4s! What's going on?
They're going back.
Okay, the
back to
buyback from
racks.
DP has scared them.
They don't want to go in too deep because they probably think AM has a buyback and the Clockwork. They're just saving it.
Well, they'll get a racks of their own. Double
but
catapults here.
Yeah, but the problem is they need to force
There's
either
tier
buybacks. There are tier 2s, yeah. Oh, this... Oh, the scare effect of diving too deep.
Do you think they could have done it?
They could have gone for tier 4s, for sure. At least get one.
They're going to
smoke back. This is
Primal
what I like.
Split's ready.
15
Infested
seconds.
Lifestealer. 10 seconds for AM. Rasta caught. The fake back has worked. Down goes Fly with a boat. He drops the Serpent Wards, but the split is here. Flower Boy being dismantled, picked apart. She loves me not. I don't know, because this poor
It's
little
surrounded.
No-Tail guy is being destroyed. Dead for a minute and a half.
That's a dieback.
Now they're going for tier 4s. Penta might just have done it here. Game 2 of this best of 3. Penta almost about to take the entire series. They do not have a Naga. They do not have a DP. They've got a Clockwork hookshot though as S4 jumps in. Hex onto that Lifestealer as well. But where's the anti-mage?
just killed the
He's
Bane.
trying to get into this fight. He killed off the Bane. Now looking for the Conquer. The team fight control being picked apart little by little. But
Dieback by
PL,
Rasta as
where
well.
are you going? Low HP and demolish. Now that's a PL without a buyback as well. Remember, Brewmaster's bought a freaking Desolator to end this game. S4 Cogs push back. AM blick forward, looking for Oliver. Where is the damage though? They need to bring down this S4 Clock, remove him from the game, but they can't quite do it. In jumps the AM Rezo. Again, the Infest, but it's not enough from the Dire team. They look for Clockwork, but S4 4 steps back into the fountain. DNZ's still alive somehow, but AM will clear him up. Naked, exposed throne, but ultra kill for Resolution.
Gotta be
As the song
Rampage.
comes in, is he gonna get it? Where is the Rampage? Show me the money, Rezo. Give it to me. Hookshot again from S4, and he steals it.
Reported. I mean, it's S4. You can't report S4. He's always kind. No
Top
drama.
10 in the world.
Or what just happened there? I mean, anti-mage. They don't have anything to deal with the butterfly effect. Nothing to pierce the evasion.
Buybacks are here for Penta. At the very least, PL will be the only hero off the map. And OG struggling to get across into the Dire base. AM shoving out bot lane. Roshan up in 50 seconds as S4 tries to scout it out. I'm going to put buyback status on because AM has buyback, Clockwork has buyback, Brew and Kunkka do, but nobody bloody else does. OG against Penta turning out to be one hell of a series. 27 to 35.
What does Anti-Mage have? He has 4,000 gold, is not buying anything yet. Has Bloodthorn queued up.
He takes down the final tier 2 of this Dire team. Still Radiant holding on to tier 2's top and middle. Which Penta probably ignore for the rest of the game and just focus on this throne, the building in the middle. Just
Roach will respawn in 2 seconds.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
And OG don't know he's up. Dire scan should clip onto Shadow Shaman as he gets some wards down. Yeah, there's the pings. They know that OG are ready to battle over in this Dire jungle. RMN moving forward, but Rocket Flare will send them back up the ramp.
The thing is, for Penta, they're only normal. I mean, they have mega creeps on the lane where OG didn't take it, so that lane's gonna be in favor of Penta. The other two are gonna be in favor of OG.
Top shrine has fallen.
Even the Naga's building an orchid. Shut down Brewmaster. I mean, Brew's building a BKB at this point.
Yeah, if he sells a magic wand, okay, Soul Ring has enough for a BKB. He had to sell both, actually.
There we go. Absolutely.
Yeah,
right,
but it's gonna be an anti-mage with another double damage. What up?
No. Really?
Yeah. It's Cheese and Aegis. Aegis for an anti-mage. DP probably with the Cheese, yeah.
This is big for OG. This could be game ending. Buybacks still on cooldown. About 2 minutes for the Phantom Lancer. Nothing on the Dire team at all. It is down to how they execute this fight. There's the X onto the AM. The Force Staff gets him away from the boat, though, with the hook shot saving him. They get the Anti-Mage away with the Aegis intact. And now DP's in. Down goes Fly. The Shadow Shaman drops to the ground, but the song will be able to help reset the BKB Brew. Allows the primal split now in onto No Tail. Goes Scepter on cooldown. Cheese available. Pops it, but he is eviscerated by the PL. Oliver there with the damage to take the final killing blow. Bottom lane is needed. They need to defend it.
They might try to go for a fake fight with Anti-Mage split pushing. If that's possible, they can buy a lot of time with the song, and they have a BKB. They don't have a BKB, never mind. They have a DP with Yule Scepters. They can buy a lot of time. Maybe Anti-Mage can take the Raxus. Still Aegis on him.
OG playing it slow. Steady. Don't drop out of this series. Don't drop out of the qualifiers.
Incoming.
Penta. Gotta be feeling their hearts racing at this point. So very close to the end. The finish line within reach. Got a lot of fighting to do though to get past it. PL down on bottom, mid lane. Resolution just trying to hold them back. Allow time for No Tail to respawn, then 60 seconds. They need to wait for that ultimate to be ready again. Are they going to go for an infest play here? Looks like they're thinking about it. Smoke from the 5 members of Penta wandering down middle lane.
They found AM.
There's
the grip.
Pop the Ags, but he blinks away. The X-Mark back in with the torrent on the boat. Looks like AM might take a tumble. Aegis has been expended. But OG, full retreat. The song is there to look to reset. And now things calm down. But Penta still hold on to Brew Split. He's a little bit low on mana, though. Needs a bit of a replenishment there.
Nope. No one has mana boots.
And they have to come back. DP alone top lane. Got a double catapult wave going. But OG cutting here through this ancient area, past the secret shop, double spirit siphon. There's the Yules into the air, the boat onto 2 with the brew. Has Primal Split, but the hook shot in. The Shivers Guard lands in. Oliver dropping low, but they found Flower Boy. He's demolished. No buyback on the DP. That is huge for them, as S4 is also trapped in a cage of his own design. The cogs working against him. They've killed off 3 members of OG Penta. Have they done it?
Yeah, I think so. They don't have a buyback on Rasta. No buyback on Naga. Neither DP has buy. Actually, DP is gonna have a buyback in a couple of seconds.
Oh, she's got the money for it, does she? Yes. No Tail does. Clockwork does. Getting very, very close to the wire here. DNZ gets the X Mark TP back, so the Brewmaster will have mana for that split. Didn't use it top, of course, as Penta take down tier 2 mid and move up to high ground. Throne exposed, of course, after those tier 4s fell earlier. But here comes the clock buyback with a song from Jirax holding back Penta. He's very nearly dead, but the Radiance burn! There we go. Gets in with a DPS. Now No Tail, 17 seconds. Throne is falling. The Glyph will buy some time. The DP has to come back into this game. The BKB from PL. Ghost Scepter allows No Tail to do a bit more damage, but the Throne is falling.
They're going for the throne.
Are going for the Throne. They're going to take this series. They're going to beat OG and qualify for Genting. Penta Sports have freaking done it.
Wow, what a game, man. The first game as well. A lot of throws. Are you okay, Garrett?
What's happening?
Oh my god. They've actually done it.
2-0. Penta 2-0 OG.
I'm getting the chills from this game. What a crazy game. This is why I love Dota.
Damn. Amazing, amazing stuff. Absolutely top-notch stuff from Penta.
Penta played so well, especially the Brewmaster. Early on got caught a couple of times during the mid-game, but his cyclones were so on point. I don't know, this offlane Clockwork, he had so much farm, but items don't come that fast after. It's still, if it's level, I mean, if it's position 4 or position 3 Clockwork, it's pretty much the same thing.
Veil into 4 staff, then Shivers Guard. He was doing, like, his hook shots were amazing. Like, his spell usage was amazing.
Yeah, well, the thing about the DP is when you're playing against Phantom Lancer, a lot of that damage goes on the illusion. So it just looks super scary, but it's actually not.
Damn. Congratulations, Penta. Commiserations to OG. But that was one hell of a series to watch. My goodness. We're going to take a break, catch a breather. We've got another series here for you today, of course. The winners of these series do go through to qualify for ESL One Genting, the minor in Malaysia. For now, we'll take a break and see you guys in a little bit, because that was the most insane thing I've seen in a long time.